Hey guys, 3D here, and for today's video, we're gonna scratch your itch for some smooth combat and player customizations with our list of the top 15 Xbox One ARPGs. Here they are, arranged by play scores. The play score is an average of gamer and critic ratings. Number 15 is Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Dragon's Dogma might have confused more people than it impressed when it first came out in 2012. Thankfully, by the time Dark Arisen came out 5 years after, the world is finally going to see the full extent of the dungeon RPG's beauty and brilliance. Getting all that juicy content released into one convenient and complete edition, Dark Arisen is the Dragon's Dogma at its height. Watch the Dragon's Dogma universe come alive as you experience its living and breathing open world in all its fullness. Containing all the previous DLCs and a handful of new content, choose from 9 different vocations and enjoy the dynamism of their combat system. It has a play score of 8.14. Number 14 is Kingdom Hearts 3, one of Square Enix's leading contenders for longest development times. After 15 years, their crossover JRPG has finally released. Sora and his Disney friends return in a fantastic and magical journey to stop the darkness from taking over the light. Use the power of Disney magic to strike your enemies down as you travel to the iconic worlds of Pixar and Disney, including Monsters Inc., Frozen, Big Hero 6, and so much more. Its familiar hack and slash combat mixed with fun minigames and stylish action is still making a return, and it's better than ever. It's a huge improvement and it receives a play score of 8.19. At number 13 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Having leaned mostly towards action-adventure for most of its lifetime, the Assassin's Creed series makes its second bold move towards customizations in this latest installment. Not only does it let you choose between 2 separate paths of Cassandra and Alexios, but you also get to pick between the paths of Hunter, Warrior, and Assassin. Within those roles are complex skill trees to unlock new and stronger abilities. Between that, its branching multiple endings, and the sheer majesty of their ancient Greek landscapes, it gets a play score of 8.33. At number 12 is Monster Hunter World. Airing on this side of the years-long debates, take on the role of brave monster hunters in the biggest MH game to date. Dubbed as the Souls game before the Souls games, there's no doubting Capcom's credibility when it comes to punishing but ultimately rewarding combat. For the first time in the series, it completely improves the multiplayer co-op feature with better mechanics and convenient interactions. Aside from the multiplayer, World also presents us with an arsenal of unique new weapons and a whole bestiary of new monsters, all packed within their array of new worlds. It is sticking the landing on the ambitious undertaking while remaining true to the series' core, especially with its latest update, Iceborne, coming out sometime soon. It has a play score of 8.33. Number 11 is Salt and Sanctuary. Don't let the humble looks of the indie title deceive you. Ska Studios' 2D action RPG is ready to offer you whatever Dark Souls has for bargain price with no quality downgrades. Oozing with style and substance, Salt and Sanctuary is definitely worth its salt and sanctuaries, with the gloom and punishing challenge of its Metroidvania adventures. Step inside their grey, forgotten cities as a shipwrecked sailor longing for home, and take part in the seamless battles against the nightmarish creatures of their world. Gather, craft, and most importantly, survive, because this game receives a play score of 8.35. Number 10 is Final Fantasy 15. 10 years in development and maybe totally worth it. The latest installment in the long-running Final Fantasy series, Square Enix brings the bromance-laden adventures to a modern open-world setting. Follow Prince Noctis as he goes on a quest to rescue the crystal, defeat Niflheim, and reclaim his right to the throne. Boasting a vast universe filled with signature quests and innovative boss battles, all rendered in hyper-realistic style and crystal-clear resolutions. FF15 is easy to get lost in for hours on end. Drive around with Noctis and friends, and walk tall. It receives a play score of 8.35. Number 9 is Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. Before Gearbox Software releases the 3rd installment to their cartoon action RPG, this refreshed edition of the beloved original lets us look back on the series' magically chaotic beginnings. Getting a massive rework, you get to relive Borderlands' addictive action, frantic first-person shooting, and wide array of ridiculous weapons, and all in its 4K glory. On top of that, the polishes to navigation and inventory management apparently also smooths out the tedious and slow bits of the first game. Grab up to 3 of your friends for co-op play and take on the lawlessness of Pandora once again. It has a play score of 8.38. Number 8 is The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. Before you get your hands on that fresh upcoming Elder Scrolls 6 title, Todd Howard isn't gonna let you forget this 2010 classic just yet. Revitalizing Bethesda's ever-present 5th entry, this special edition pulls out all the stops, from all their new DLCs to smooth frame rates and high-definition textures, to make Skyrim still feel at home on the modern consoles. Play as the mighty Dragonborn and travel to the beaten path to uncover secrets far beyond. Whether or not it's worth for Double Dip is up to you, but it's definitely an amazing first step for those who haven't taken their first steps. It has a score of 8.40. At number 7 is Fallout 4. One could not forget about Bethesda's last good Fallout game. This open world is set in a post-nuclear Boston that is filled with memorable characters, multiple branching stories, and an all-consuming base building feature. Play as a concerned dad in search for his missing son. The story goes crazy from there, and it welcomes you to the biggest Fallout world since 76. Make tough decisions along the way and complete numerous quests and side quests to power up your character. Customize your weapons, grab some power armor, and get ready to survive the radioactive wasteland while listening to classic pre-apocalyptic tunes. Rising up through the technical glitches and dialogue disappointments, it finally lives up to its RPG shooter name, with a play score of 8.48. At number 6 is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Monolith's take on the Middle-earth mythos was unexpected, but a welcome surprise. Set years before the War of the One Ring, step into the shoes of a ranger Talion as he goes on a quest to avenge her murdered family. Together with the One Ring's creator Celebrimbor, travel to the mystical lands of Mordor in search for answers. Shadow of Mordor mixes action RPG with hack-and-slash combat. Embrace its slick and stylish gameplay that really makes you feel like a goddamn boss. Combined with the wraith powers of Celebrimbor, you are an unstoppable threat to orc and other creatures that get in your way. It's a satisfying first entry to the Middle-earth series, and it's a shame it's never canon. It has a play score of 8.53. Number 5 is Dragon Age Inquisition. BioWare's bold step to continue the Dragon Age saga wasn't that bad. Return to the magical lands of Thedas and stop a mysterious dark magic from taking over the world. As the Inquisitor, you are tasked to save the living from its corruption. Gather allies, friends, and embark on a grand journey filled with heartwarming moments and unforgettable characters. Select from its wide variety of classes and unleash your full potential as you take down vicious threats in its stunning yet broken world. We have to admit, we're pretty scared with BioWare's direction with EA right now. With Anthem's failure, it's gonna take a whole lot of quality work to get us hyped for Dragon Age 4. But anyway, Inquisitor receives a play score of 8.56. Number 4 is Dark Souls 3. Hidetaka Miyazaki's morbid creation of darkness and insanity comes into full form in this third and possibly the final installment of the Souls series. Experience video game hell because this is the biggest Dark Souls game to date. Topple down well-designed monsters and face off against angry and cursed kings and dragons because this game isn't child's play. Use your wide array of items and weapons to extinguish these souls and banish them from the world. With 2 massive DLCs in its stead, ready yourself for more hair-pulling and satisfying get good moments. It has a play score of 8.56. Number 3 is Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. It's sad to think where the series is going right now. Blizzard did a dirty on this beloved franchise that sparked a brand new genre catered to hardcore ARPG fans. The Diablo series has gone through tremendous changes over the years. It had its fair share of ups and downs. If you want to take a break from the other stress from the other Blizzard games, then this action RPG is determined to sink you hours and hours of a good time. Jump into the dark dungeons and loot rare items, slay evil demons, and survive a dastardly difficult roguelike experience. This definitive edition is a culmination of years of improvements into one massive package. The Ultimate Evil Edition includes the Reaper of Souls expansion and livens it up with 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second. It has a play score of 8.69. At second place is NieR Automata Become as Gods Edition. There is something oddly intriguing about Yoko Taro's spin-off to the Drakengard series. Whether it's the post-apocalyptic world filled with extraterrestrial robots, or your main character Tubi fighting her enemies while wearing a silky doll dress. These are but of the many questions you'll be asking yourself in this solid JRPG from Square Enix. Save humanity from its impending doom and take the role of an android unit designed to follow orders. From here, it's a roller coaster ride of existential crisis. Its stylish hack-and-slash combat may distract you from its deep and layered story, but its multiple endings will suck you into its narrative void. Become as Gods Edition is the definitive NieR Automata experience, as it contains all the major DLCs since day one. It receives a play score of 8.96. And of course, our first place is none other than The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Recently celebrated its 4-year anniversary, CD Projekt Red's multi-awarded masterpiece is still holding the top for being the best action RPG on the Xbox One. Follow the story of Geralt of Rivia in his quest to find the Sword of Destiny, Ciri. This epic adventure is high fantasy at its finest. Take down ferocious beasts of nature or partake in a political conspiracy set in the game's medieval setting. Within its open world wonder, travel to various lands teeming with evil. Use Geralt's unique Witcher abilities and stalk any predator who comes in your way. Slay monsters using your silver sword and collect that bountiful reward. It's rife with quality writing and a fantastic soundtrack. It's a true RPG experience from start to finish with a play score of 9.11. So thank you guys for watching, and if you love this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to become a certified What to Player.